everybody. Good morning. Beautiful sunny morning. So yesterday I got out and got a lot of the sets working back again after the ice, and then today we're lucky enough to have Charlie come over and help set with us today. Charlie Bass. What we did is come to this intersection here on this field road. There's a lot of coyote scat, a lot of tracks, a lot of trails, and we come in here, got Lauren with me this morning. We're just out here gonna put some sets in, see what we can catch. So Charlie, come right in here. Charlie, you want to explain what you've done there?
Yeah, what I've done here is just using what's naturally here. We've got the trap right here. It's just covered with this grass. On these dumps, you don't need a lot of dirt. You can just cover them with grass. But to catch a bobcat's attention or anything, we've actually just stuck this little piece of white plastic up in here. So we got a little bit of bait there. We're gonna put a little bit of lure on it. We've got a little bobcat urine on it, and that's about all I'm gonna do with that set. And that set right there is one of my favorite bobcat sets on these dumps, because it's something that can catch his eye. And it was just laying over there the last time he come through, so this time he comes through, it's sitting up here. And to a cat, he knows his territory. So to him, he's gonna wonder why it's up there, so he's gonna investigate, he'll smell the smells, and hopefully he gets caught. And it'll take a coyote. This set will definitely catch a coyote. So you've got a number of options here. You can catch a coyote in that, you can catch a fox. It will definitely catch a possum. Possum will mess up your best set you've got. But you know, you take them out too, because they're gonna, of course, eat the turkey eggs and stuff like that. And so removing some of these predators, keeping them thinned down, it helps with the ecosystem. A lot of people don't understand that conservation behind that, but it's absolutely been proven to be true, that removing some of these predators does help the ecosystem a lot. So.
You got yours covered, Lauren?
Well, I need to cover it up, but we're all on the ground and it's set in a dirt set.
We'll walk over here and let Lauren explain what she's done over here.
Ooh.
So.
All right. So I was looking at this path here, and there were some clear tracks on it. Looks like there's two paths that come to a head. And you see that it's a little narrow on that trail. So what I did is I just looked up here. There's two paths in the back, and I thought about going further back. Makes more sense to come up front here, because if they're both coming that way, you can at least catch them on the front end. So I saw a really good footprint here, so I'm going to try to get them in the front end, try to get their front paw. I use the branch in front to try to guide their feet. You got to make sure that your foothold is well on the ground, so I pack some dirt around it, touch some jaws, make sure it's not moving too much.
So it's still a little bit loose.
Yeah, I need to fix that up a little bit.
It's hard this time of year because everything you pack around is going to freeze.
Yeah, if you pack any mud around it, that grass is going to
freeze it up.
It's going to freeze it up, that mud, yeah.
It's also soft as heck. I literally had to move it because my anchor shoved my trap out, so that was kind of bad. But we're going to cut some of this grass up and set it on top too. Do y'all think that's a little better, or pack it more?
I would probably want it packed a little more. You may have to actually pull it out of the bed and go down a little deeper. Might help you.
I got you. It's all about adjusting to get it right.
It is. And what's this? Your third set, the third trap you put in? You're doing pretty good.
It is. It's all about learning.
Yep.
And one thing I want to say here, the deeper you can get that trap, the better you are. Better off you are. I learned this from my dad and my uncles years ago. What an animal tends to do when they're walking a trail is when he steps, if there's a low spot, he'll step in that low spot. And the good thing about that is he's committed. His foot's going to go down and all his weight's going to go on that low spot.
Now I got that a little lower, we'll just pack it up again. Hopefully it'll be a little more secure this way.
Good thing is the temperature's not supposed to get that cold tonight.
Yeah. I think we may be done with freezing for a little bit.
Plus we've been working.
That's probably, how's that, Lauren? Now it's pretty good, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right, yeah, that should work. There's just some grass and scissors.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that carrying a pair of scissors and cutting that grass.
Oh man,
like
yeah.
That, you get in these areas like this, and it makes a big difference. It makes a huge difference. A lot of times getting that animal to step in the spot.
A lot of times what I'll do too, I'll cover my trap good, and then I'll go ahead and spread that out a foot or so both directions.
Give it a little bit of loose grass both directions.
Kind of get them used to it if they do smell that cutting or that little bit of difference they smell it before it's not just right there on the trap.
Create a trail and they'll follow it, right?
Yep. And I'd thin that down just a little bit because you got you don't want to get your finger in there.
There you go.
Use the scissors.
Yeah.
Right on.
That ought to work.
Yeah, I'm gonna interject you one thing here. You got your deer, everything's coming right here. Okay? You want your deer to actually step here, so where they're coming through. What I would do is I would take a stick and put it right there.
Okay.
What that's gonna do, your deer's gonna step over this stick, but any coyote coming through, he's gonna step around it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that.
Now that's what I would do personally. If I was gonna have this set. Because your deer's gonna come through, he's gonna naturally just step over the stick, but the coyote or whatever else is coming down this trail, he's gonna hit right there.
Yeah, and we don't want no deer for sure, so that's a good idea.
All right, only thing's left's my set over here, and I just gotta bury it. All right, so all I did, they've got these trail coming out of the stick it covered. Charlie's got his flat set there. All I did is come right here in the middle of this intersection, right in the middle of it, hammered down one of these cow vertebrae bones. I've already got it scented and lured. Got my bed there. All I got to do is anchor this trap in that bed and get that trap bedded there in front of that bone. Wanted to, I may go over here to the side and get a clump of grass, just kind of bury it behind it just to keep them from working behind it and want them to come around this side. But all of our odor and lure and everything's in that hole in that bone. So they're going to come right over here to get a good smell of that.
What we're gonna do here, real simple set. These sets are just so simple for me. Now I will tell you this: if a bobcat comes along and finds that mink, he'll pull it out of that trap. If he don't take the trap with him. I have had that happen. I had one wired off to a bridge abutment, and you could see the bobcat's feet in the mud. He bent the jaws getting that mink out of it.
Huh.
Yeah.
They wouldn't necessarily eat the mink, you think, or do they?
Yeah, oh yeah. Cats are opportunistic, they'll eat whatever they can catch. Alright, first thing we want to do is get this. The mink's gonna come right here, and he can go up through there, or he can go up through here. He's most likely gonna take the easiest route. And we're gonna do a little balking fencing to make him take the easy route. I want these two sticks right here. What that does is keeps that from freezing down. One thing about mink, you can get away with a lot of fencing. It's not gonna hurt nothing. You can just put a lot of it there and it's not gonna bother you. All right, there's a mink set with the 110. I've got little brackets, them little holders.
Yeah.
I just walk up, pop them in.
Yeah, it goes under them.
Yeah, put a little brush on them and go, and they work great. But that's a perfect mink set right there. The other one is if I was using a 1.5, would be right here at the base of this tree. That's actually right there at the set. Good thing this water ain't gonna fall real fast. And the reason it's not gonna fall real fast is because of that cord being clipped up. Duke 1.5. you're going to long line for mink, you're going to use a lot of these 1.5. One of the things I always tell somebody is get you an 1/8 inch bastard file. Carry that 1/8 inch bastard file. It will be your friend.
Keep the dog cleaned.
Keep the dog clean and flush. I want that. I don't know if you can see how tight that trigger is. I mean, he bumps that, it's going to go off. You have to be careful setting these two. You'll go off on your hand. I bet that's Josh.
Yep. Well, Josh decided to join us. He's not an early riser.
See if we can get that in right there.
Yeah, pretty good. Learning a lot, that's all we can do.
I've been wanting to learn this for 2 years, but
One thing around these tree roots is you got to find a spot where it will go down. You may have fun getting that out there, Chris.
Oh, I got Josh.
Years ago, I made me a puller for that.
Yeah, I've got one too. Works really good.
Set that right up there. I need that to go all the way down to there. We want this. See if we can get it in there tight enough. That's fine right there. It's pretty tight. We'll narrow him down just a little bit. If I could have got that stake right here, I would have put it right up against there. But any mink that comes through here is gonna get caught right here. You're probably wondering what I'm doing right there. Giving that trap just a little stability. There we go. I have put 2 sticks in there before.
Just to hold the trap up.
Just to hold the trap. Now, if I want a coon to step over that, I'll do that right there. The coon should step over that, but your mink will go through it. And we don't want him to come around this tree.
around the backside.
Yeah. They will absolutely do that sometimes, and anything you can just kind of put right there to make him a little deterrent, because they will absolutely come around that backside at times.
So there's 110 you got right there.
And there's the 110 in that little trail. So if you get any mink coming through here, right there, and then they're right over there, so he'll duck under that one stick. It's just, to him it's just sticks, it's just natural. And he's low enough to the ground, he'll go right under that stick and hit that trap pan. So that's all we want him to do right there. And you can still catch a coon in that, because if he comes down the backside, he'll get caught.
Why does the mink hug the mink so hard?
Predators.
Predators.
They hug it for predators. They're staying into that cover. If he gets here and he swims out right there, I guarantee he's gonna go right straight back to cover. And he may cut up through there and hunt, but that's what he's gonna do.
What's their biggest predator? Birds of prey?
Owls.
Yeah.
Those owls will tear them up. Now this trap, we want that loose jaw right up against that bank. I mean, right against that bank. So any mink comes down through here, comes around, he's gonna get caught right there. Perfect spot for him. Now the 110, what I'll do here is I'll just kind of pull that out of the way. I'll put that right there. I'm gonna push that right in there like that. Okay, now that's in there on that part. We just need one stake, so all we'll need for this, and then I'm gonna push this right in there. And that's fairly solid. I'm gonna give it one more right on this other side. Just kind of crawling. Ooh, that didn't work out like I wanted.
The fake sticks, they look good until you push them in.
Yeah, them will work right there perfect. That's got a good solid base to it. Now, I just need a stake. What we're gonna do here, we got it here, shove it right there, like that. Okay.
$5 otter stuck in that in the morning.
You'd be surprised at the places I've caught otters mink trapping. And some of the narrowest little spots I've caught them in. It'll shock you. It'll absolutely shock you.
I believe you.
Otter to me is just a big mink. He's just a bigger version of a mink. Only he hunts more in the water than he does on the land, where minks vice versa. He hunts more on the land than he does in the water.
Well, the only reason I have never just set mink traps is because I can't see what you're saying, because I've always looked, you know, you come to this spot, you're looking otter, beaver, everything else. I'm not looking for mink, you know.
You have to get in a kind of a little bit different mindset for mink. You have to look for that, where, like you said, beaver and otter, you're looking for that big bold spot where the beaver's going, or where the otter's got that slide on the bank. Mink, you're looking for that very subtle spot. You get under a bridge abutment, them flat bridge abutments, and there's a little shallow shelf in there with mud. Go under there one time, see how many mink tracks you see. Be loaded with them. My favorite 110 set is a bridge abutment. That wing, 110 right tight against that wing, I'll catch a mink there every time. What's funny, you can put one on each side. One side will never catch a mink. They'll always get caught on one side or the other. It's weird how that works. But it's like they want to run one side in particular.
All right, good morning, everybody. It's gonna be another beautiful day. We're out here checking sets we had out and got going yesterday, and we missed one right here. So we can tell this is that dirt hole I just had on the edge. We can tell it's something coming here and dug last night. If I was guessing, I would say my trap jaws were froze down and we missed them, and he started covering it up. But right in here is our trap. Let's dig down. Right there it is. So right there's our trap. Actually, that trap should be working. I'm going to check it to make sure. It's going to raise that loose jaw up, reach around here and push that pin. Yep, trap is working. So he just got at an angle where he didn't step on the trap. So I'm going to set this trap back. We're going to get it covered up. I'm going to go ahead and rebait this. There'll still be some odor coming out of there, but he may have got the majority of our bait. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some more down there and get this reset. Hopefully we can pick him up when he comes back tonight. Still going to get down here where we caught the bobcat at the other day, and we'll get those sets checked. Alright guys, made it back over here where we caught that bobcat at. We got a trap bedded right there. It's still there. While we were in here yesterday, Lauren put a blind set up here on this trail. I can get up there and we'll check it for her. Let's go over and check this trash can. Looks like it's still going to be set, still in the bed. Yep, still set right there. Let's step up here. So Lauren, up here, you can see this little ridge, high bank, edge of this ditch. She put a set in up here. Let's get up here and check it, and I'll show it to you guys. Kind of excited about getting over to that new location. We got set yesterday with Charlie, Josh, myself, and Lauren. I think we got some good sets put in there. Let's see. Right here is Lauren's set, and it's still there. So you can just see this little high bank trail going up through here. What we did, there's still enough snow yesterday that we could see the tracks, everything walking, pick out the trails really easy. And she just come right in here beside this tree right here, embedded a foothold on this little trail. So she'll have a catch here. It's just a matter of waiting and time. But anyway, that's going to be it over here. No catches here this morning. I'm going to get over there. No catches at the house either. Actually caught neighbor's dog at that hay bale set last night, which he got over there and released the animal last night. Called me this morning, let me know we caught him. But that's going to be it, guys, and we'll see you over to the farm here in a little bit. All right, guys, so got in here yesterday and put a few sets out. Had a conibear underneath this log right here, and got that big old beaver. Looks like he turned around and tail slapped it. Got him caught by his back end. And just had it bedded underneath this limb right here in this little channel. We're gonna get him taken care of. We got a couple more let's check these little mink sets out. Charlie was with us and he put in a couple of mink sets right here. You can see that 110 just tugging that bank underneath that little limb right there. Yeah. Where was that other one at, Josh? Didn't he put in two?
Yeah, I see the cable right there. Oh, that is cable.
Cable's going out to the left. Yeah, the trap's tripped right there. And I just got that cage trap right up there on the hill with that, just got it baited, pick up a raccoon. Anyway, I'm gonna step back down here. We're gonna get this beaver out of that trap and get it put back under there. All right, guys, there's that beaver. Got him out of there. Originally just had it right underneath that log there in front of Josh. With him tail slapping it, we're gonna move it. I think we decided to move it right up here on this next log. Probably go underneath the log on the left side of it and then take a big limb or something and block off that other side to the right. Have that trap. Maybe it'll blend in better underneath that log there. See what happens when the next one comes through. Alright, guys, so we come in here yesterday. Basically got this big swampy area and then flooded on this side over to the ditch. Got this old beaver dam stretches, what, probably 500-600 yards across here. And all them animals are running the top of this old beaver dam. We come in here yesterday and hung a snare up right there on that trail. And then right there on the other side, we have little logs at the end of that log. We've got a 110 bedded in it, covered on top, trying to pick up a mink. But anyway, he's on around. Show you some more sets. Alright, guys, well, as we was coming through here yesterday, we saw several of these holes had fresh digging. We could tell fresh dirt would want to have been in there. So we put that conibear covering that hole and got us a catch this morning. I'm just going to get it reset, put back in there and see if we can pick up another one. Keep moving. Looky there. I just had a drowning rod sitting in front of that cross over there.
That catch.
Yeah, picked that beaver up last night. Good back foot catch, that TS85. I didn't show it yesterday, but there's another dam right up here. We had a 330 sitting on the crossover. Picked up an otter yesterday, and the otter pulled the stake, just twisted and pulled the stake, swam off. We didn't find it. Walked around here for a pretty good while, never did find it. We're gonna take our time, ease down through here and look for him again this morning. Probably get another trap set back in that spot to replace that one. All right, here's a little side crossover too, just as Josh is sitting out there in the middle. You can tell right here is gonna be a little crossover on this side. Keep on moving. All right, guys, here's that crossing. We had that 330 in, that's otter. ended up taking off with our trap. But Josh just walked down through here from that other dam. I went and brought another one with me. We're going to go ahead and get it set back down in here. This time we're going to anchor it a little bit better. And yep. Alright, so we got down there to the end, checked, didn't have anything in our sets this morning. Majority of those geese left. Nothing up here in this next one. I don't know, we might run them off. Quite a few of them out there. Hopefully we can get past them here, leave them out there, let them sit there all day. And I don't know, we may scare them out of here because we got a catch right over here. When I come by, I was watching them geese and didn't look up here at this blind set we got on this log behind us. And we got us a catch up there. But maybe we can get out of here. If we can get out of here without jumping those geese up, and they stay here all day, possibly overnight, that'll draw those predators in. Hopefully we'll have some catches tomorrow. That may not happen with me getting out right here and shooting and taking care of this catch right up here on this blind set. Oh, there he is. Not smelling anything just yet. I'm gonna go ahead and look at that trap, that mud ball of a trap he's got wadded up there behind him. Oh, we won't reset this one. We're probably gonna shoot him. He's probably gonna spray. We're probably just gonna leave him here overnight and get him tomorrow. But anyway, fixing to dispatch him, see what happens. I figured that was gonna happen. That shot got a big part of them geese up. About half of them. There's still a few on the ground. These may circle around and come back down and land. Those others not getting up. Maybe we got lucky. This guy still not smelling anything, so maybe we got lucky with him. If he didn't spray, we'll go ahead and grab him. We'd have to swap that trap out. That trap's nothing but a huge mud ball from where he's been fighting it. Alright, he definitely sprayed a little. Got him out of the trap, just tossed him down there a little ways away from me. That trap's a muddy mess. He sprayed on it as well, so we're just gonna, I grabbed the number 11. We're just gonna swap it out for number 11 right here. Alright, got it set right there. We're just gonna bed it in there. That's all we gotta do. That trap's bedded in there. Just gonna come over here and get some stuff just to kind of blend in the top of that a little bit. Grab us a big wad of leaves and a stick, and we'll put right there like that. That's going to cause them to go right beside it. And all right, so it's going to be set back. Plugged it up. Oh, here's where Josh caught the beaver yesterday, that drowning rod, and kicked that out, and you can tell those beaver have been here and plugged it back up. There's another one.
Getting smaller.
We got a little side crossover right here too, Josh.
Yeah.
You notice it?
Yeah.
I'm about putting a trap on it. I think while Josh does that, I'll grab maybe a conibear, put down here at this lower end on this little side cross and see what happens while he gets that reset. Alright guys, got back here where we caught the possum at yesterday, and I think we're figured out what's been living in this hole. Something beat us to him last night. We're going to get him out of here, get him reset, and just keep at least thinning down this problem. Alright, so we get here, snare's knocked down right there. No catch. I was guessing that thing's still set and everything. Something just pulled it off there. I was guessing probably a raccoon come through, grabbed a hold of it, flung it over to the side. You know, get it hung back up. That 110 still right there at the end of that log. Got a 330 set in the channel down there. Josh is gonna go check it. All right, there's a remake. Just hung that snare back up there in this trail. Put a little stick over the top of it, get them to duck. Little stick kind of blocked down on both sides, just to narrow it down right there. There's that 110 there into that log. Hoping a mink will come through there. Alright guys, so we were walking out. Those sets we just checked were right up there on the edge of this ditch. As we were walking out, I noticed this little faint trail in the leaves. You can just barely see it in those leaves, but it comes right down through here and goes right underneath those limbs. So no, it's not deer and stuff. It's going to be those smaller animals. What we did, we just come in here and bedded this number 3 long spring right underneath these limbs. Got it. Chain split ring to an extension cable. Just got the extension cable over there and anchored to this tree. But we got that just cut out a little bed. These long springs are awesome to bed, real quick, simple. Don't have to do a lot of packing. We're just going to come in here and take some of this smaller stuff, try to keep limbs and leaves out of it. Take a few of those leaves, throw back over the top of it. Blend it in. There we go, guys. It's our set. See if we can pick something up. Alright guys, we were headed out, and last couple of days we've got sets, little mink set by the tree that Charlie put in, just right here on this crossing. The last couple of days I was coming through here, I've been eyeballing this little end pipe, just laid over here in the woods. Told Josh, hey, we need to twist it around a little bit and we can make a set for a cat in it. I'll get down here, twist it around, look inside there, and there's already a cat print right there in it anyway. Caught that rabbit the other day, which threw that rabbit back there in the back of it, and come right up here, and we just bedded this coil spring number 2 trap right here in front of it. Got it anchored back over here on the extension cable of this tree behind me. One thing left to do is just kind of cover that trap up. All right, there we go, guys. That's blended in. Hopefully make a catch. I'm gonna go ahead, I got some bobcat urine in there. I'm gonna go ahead and dribble a little bit of it in there, and yeah, call that a set. See if we can pick something up in it. It's still,
They put it in there.
did they? So we come right here, guys. Had this 330 just sitting in the middle of this channel and blocked it down, and those beavers come in there and pushed all this stuff up in front of that trap. So they're going to be leery of those 330s. Started packing around it. We'll just clean it out, leave it like it is, kind of open it back up and see if maybe, I wish we had a bigger log. If we had a big log to lay all the way across the top of it, might work. Let me see what I can find up here. That ought to work. Maybe that'll do it there.
That's something for them if they keep that.
He's on around, come back up the other side of this. Then we've got several sets on the other back side of this slough. I hadn't shown you guys that. There's one log there. We got bobcat set in, kind of excited about it. I'll show that to you guys. Alright guys, so we're just on down this slough here. So 2 days ago we found this dam and there wasn't any, of course it was frozen. They hadn't been coming up to it, but there was no fresh packed mud on it. Yesterday we noticed there was a couple of mounds of fresh mud where they come up and worked into the night before. And then get here today, you can see all that fresh shiny mud on that front end. It's going to be them beaver coming in here repairing this after that rain and ice. So we need to get a set put in here. We're just going to use a foothold. We'll probably put a little bit of caster up there to get his nose where we want it, so it's free to be in that trap. We'll just come up here on top of this bank and we'll double anchor it with the stakes up here on top, and that'll hold him fine. Alright guys, so what we did, we ended up coming here. Josh put in a bridger number 3, got it set down in front of that dam, and then up above it put some caster on a stick, a little bit on the ground, a little bit on the stick where his nose is going to be. And we want to pinpoint where his nose is going to be. We want to know where his foot's going to be on top of that trap. So that's where he put that snared traps there. We just come up here on top and we cross staked it. We hooked a split ring to that extension cable, and then we drove our 2 stakes down at an angle. That way when that beaver fights it, he's pulling on it, and them stakes are pulling together. And with them stakes pulling together, it won't let either one of them pull up out of the dirt. So secure way to stake it when you don't have a tree to anchor to. But anyway, we're going to move on around here and get these other sets checked. Alright guys, so this is that slough. That ditch goes down through here. We got this wooded slough back over here. This is that old beaver dam, the other end of that old beaver dam that all those animals are traveling. We got the snare set down there that was knocked down earlier this morning. We reset it. It's on the other side of this dam. We've got a 330 setting a channel out here that Josh is going to check now. And then got this big field over here on this other side. Goes over to these other block of woods. We'll get over here to this corner. We've got a dirt hole put in, a little bank where the disc and equipment is built a bank up right there. And then there's an old telephone pole bridge. It goes across this ditch, this little walking bridge with pallets on it. Those animals are using that, so I hung a snare up on top of that telephone pole where those animals are coming across. We'll get down there, I'll show you that. We've got the dirt hole in the corner. Got a snare hung up in a trail down through there. I hear Josh whistling at me. Got one? Josh hollered at me to come down here, go down here and show you this set. Got one? Oh, it's just got a real narrow trail that goes underneath that log right there, and got that 330 on that stand. And got a beaver in it this morning. A good deal.
A good decent little beaver.
Yeah. You bring them setters?
Yeah, I got them hanging in that tree.
Alright guys, we're going to get this thing out of here, and I'll show Josh resetting it here in a minute.
My hands ain't big enough to get both sides of the bell out.
Yeah, I got to use my belly too on them blows.
Well, he went right in there just like we wanted him to.
Just a real deep channel there. No way, probably hip deep. Step off in it, but we can straddle it and shove that stand down in it. Just want that trap right in the middle of that run. I like using this tree naturally being here, those animals know they got to dive and go down every time they come through here. So their whole life they've been diving underneath this tree. So this will be a better spot than trying to put it up here in this run, because they're not, it's just changing it up when you don't have to. This being natural, they're used to it. Better than trying to put it up here in this little channel here and blocking it down. That would work, but this is just better. I'm gonna get over there and get those other sets checked and show you what those sets over here in that other corner. There's that little footbridge, and almost, look at there, guys. We got some coyote in that snare. Oh, how about that? So just had that snare hanging across. How about that? Had that snare hanging right there where that wire's at. I just had that snare hanging up over that where they had been crossing. We'd seen they'd been crossing. Got that dog caught this morning. So good deal. I'll get him taken care of. We're gonna hang another snare right back up there just like that one was, and I'll show you guys that when it's remade. Yeah. Right around the head. Yeah. We're kind of a young.
Yeah, but
his
hair ain't all rubbed off on the back of his neck.
Alright guys, so you can tell this little high bank trail goes right through here, and we got a snare hung right up there underneath them cedar trees. Got this dirt hole baited right here with a foothold in front of it. Step up here. Okay, I can see that snare, so I'll put a highlight on it. Just that smaller cedar tree right there. And that snare's hung up right in that trail right there. We're not going to walk up in there. Yeah, we'll walk down here and show you this log real quick, and then we'll come back and reset that snare. Alright guys, so when we were out here setting this up, notice this big tree laid across here. And just like that beaver trap, and there's only one path them animals are going to go to cross that tree. It's right there where it's broke in the middle. So we noticed some bobcat tracks in it whenever we were out here. We just blind set a foothold right there in that gap, and it looked like something fought it, Josh. Was it broke up like that? Yep, I guess it was. That trap's still right there in the bed. Right there's that trap. And then this tree's got a hollow spot. Comes all the way through it out right here. Hollow on the back end. So we threw a piece of that rabbit back up into that log. Come in here and hung a snare up inside of that log. Out here at the back of it, where they just to up our chances, we got a foothold bedded right there at the end of that log where they're going to step up in it. And actually, when we were here, we seen the bobcat tracks in that snow. Yep, they were going up in that log. So just a matter of time. We're not doing anything wrong. It's been what, 3 days since we set it, no catches.
Yeah, 3 days. Pretty tough frozen ground, water.
So we just gotta wait. We'll get an animal in here. What I can do here is just take this limb and block it down like that right there. So they're not going to go that direction. They're going to come over the top of our trap here, and they just block it down with that limb. Better our chances. Anyway, I'm going to get up here and get this coyote out of here and get another snare hung up on that telephone pole, and I'll show you guys that remake. Alright guys, so here's a remake. Just got that snare right on top of that log. Anything comes through is not going to have a choice but to go through it. One thing that helps here is we got them limbs coming down here. They're going to duck to go into them limbs, go right through that snare. They're just walking this telephone pole. Just got our anchor or a support wire wrapped around, tied tight to that post here. Got it anchored to that other side over there, and I do believe if another one comes through here, we'll have them caught.